Majo John Madden from Jalapa, Mexico, and I'm in the middle of a sea change on so many levels, so much change happening for me at once, and I'm really stirred up from it, and I'm going to try to process it by shooting a video. I'm an extrovert and learn what I'm thinking by talking. And you all, any of you who ever heard this, you, my great audience, are all I have to talk to right now. I just came down this path from the poor person's barrio over to this lovely park down here. And I've made the comparison once that if this was Louisville, Kentucky, the poor person would have a fence up there so they could not come down here at all. And if it was a rich person's neighborhood, that would be nicely paved. There would be really great stairs. And that's the truth. Everywhere I go, that's the truth. I've seen it again and again. And it is so steep that I always coach myself, pay attention, pay attention. It'd be really easy for you to skid on one of these rocks and fall. And I said that to me at the top, and I don't remember anything about coming down. I am not quite in my body, and I'm trying to get there. So big sea change for me. I've been in Jalapa for 5 weeks. I love this path, by the way. So I will pay some attention to this path, and I love this park. I've spent a lot of time out here and shot a lot of videos here. And this is the daycare, and over there is the school. And beyond the trees is the tienda that I do a lot of shopping at. And right where that car is coming right now is where my friends Mario and Rubio set up their restaurant. And that's been my home base here. Two awesome people that I love, and a lot of what's got me stirred up is how could you be moving out of this neighborhood when they are the friends you've been looking for 3 years on the road? And I feel called. I do feel called. It involves rejecting their mechanic who fixed one thing good for me, but now has put me off 3 times in a row, and I can't abide by that. I gotta get the car fixed. And so I sent them a long message yesterday saying, I'm firing your mechanic, and I'm moving out of the neighborhood. And once I get downtown, which will be, I think, so stimulating, it's the state capital of Veracruz, all kinds of parks and museums and all kinds of stuff. And I've been down there once and loved it. But I won't have my car. It's going to be getting repaired, and I don't know how much it's going to cost. It could cost a bundle for brakes and transmission. So I don't think I'll have money for taxis to come back out to their restaurant, which happens right at that open space over there, 3 nights a week, and usually all day on Saturday and Sunday. It's Saturday. It didn't happen last night on Friday. It didn't happen today. They have not responded to any of my messages. I got a little concerned. What's going on? I am a little concerned. So I've been worried about how they'll take it. And it's doubled down with, they also said, hey, stick around this area for Navidad, the Christmas holidays is great. And I really wanted to. The other big sea change for me is I found online, I've been saying to them and saying in general, I gotta find an immersion Spanish class. Because even though my Spanish is getting lots better, and sometimes they go, shit, you're talking Spanish. And lots of people compliment me. It's pitiful. If I want to live my whole life here, it's really pitiful. So I found online a really great program, top of the line, 4 hours from here, an hour south of Mexico City. I had been back and forth with, I don't like cities much, but I'm liking this city, twice as large as any I've been in Mexico at 600,000. But I'm finding it totally fascinating, and I am a city guy. So I've been back and forth. Do I go further west to Mexico City, San Miguel de Allende, where I almost moved 12 years ago? One magazine calls the most beautiful city in the world. Or do I go back to the ocean? That's my destination, is to live by the sea and be in the water every day. It's the most soothing thing I can do, and just a couple months ago, that's what I was doing. So I've been back and forth and back and forth. This language thing solved it for me. So if I'm going to live in Mexico my whole life, I got to get dramatically better at Spanish. because I'm a speaker and a humorist and an improv person around, and I can't improv through the Google Translator. So I'm gonna go, as soon as my car is working and I've got some money, over to Cuernavaca for a week-long class. And if I like it as much as I think I will, it's kind of cheap, and it's room and board and intensive bonding with your classmates, all the stuff I love the most, for a very reasonable price. But I only can afford to do 1 week a month. I might go travel, go to Mexico City, come back for a week. I don't know. We're talking about the rest of my life here. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a lot, and I'm very stirred up. And I'm saying goodbye to all this stuff because the only time it's safe to drive my car downtown is early on Sunday morning. To do that, I have rented a hotel in town, down in Las Trancas, tonight, so I don't have to drive down the terrible road that you have to take to get down there early in the morning. And because I need a shower, big time. Yeah. So, trust. I have to come back to trust. 3 years has all been based on that. 4 years, I had my waking up experience a little over 4 years ago, and God has been on my shoulder, behind me, whispering to me, like no experience I've ever had in my life, and got me this far, living out my dream of being in Mexico, 8 months almost, and I'm delirious half the time because I love it here so much. And this morning, sitting on that bench over there, boy, it's all blurry. Sitting on that bench over there, a white dove perched in the tree up there, and that video is up online already. That felt like a really good omen. He just sat there for the longest time. Trust. I have to trust. Okay. Hey. Send me your bill, folks, for the good counseling you just provided me. Thanks.